I have just created a course that many people have been asking me for, which is how to live more easily as an angelic human. And I was telling Travis about this, and he had some questions, so we're going to share his questions and answers with you. So, Travis, what's your first question?
Well, my first question is just what is an angelic human?
An angelic human is actually a human being who has decided to access and bring forward into the world his or her message. Angel means messenger. Human means God, man. Hu is an ancient form of the word God. A long time ago, the word Hu actually meant source. It meant God. Man is Homo sapiens, the wise man, he who knows. And of course, that includes women. So you have the human being, which is source and form as the Homo sapien, with a message. And a lot of people will access their message, and a lot of people won't. So everyone has the capacity to be an angelic human, and the course is really about how to live in that way.
So, what is an angelic human message?
Well, usually it's what's the most natural to you, whatever feels the most natural to you in your life. Lots of times when people say, well, I don't know what that is, or everything feels good, or everything feels this way or that way, I'll say, well, why don't you look at what you do for a hobby? You know, you might be an accountant during the day, but what do you do at night? What do you do on the weekend? What do you say on Saturday morning when you get up? I can't wait to fill in the blank. Because that aspect of you is really what your message is all about. Some people have a great passion for their message. One lady told me that she had always wanted to work with the elephants, and yet she's a school teacher. So, how can she do things short of, uprooting the family and moving to Africa? How can she do things in her life that would allow her to become sort of elephant connected? And it's bringing your message forward. So, though I do angelic human readings and I tell people what I see as their message, everyone basically does know what their message is.
I see. So, how does the Living as an Angelic Human course explain this in greater detail?
What it does in the course is there's 4 sections to the course, and in each section I ask you to read specific chapters from The Call, Awakening the Angelic Human, which was my first book. Then there's 10 questions that are asked about each of those chapters that you've read. Not each chapter separately, but like if you read 2 chapters and you can have 10 questions to answer in relation to those 2 chapters about how it affects you, what you've read, in your life. Why are you afraid to bring your message forward? What is your message? What does it mean to you? The various things that you can do in your life to activate it. And then what we do, after you've typed up your answers and you've sent them to me, is that we get on Skype like we are now, and then we talk about them so that you can begin to see how to activate the real plan of being the angelic human you are in your life. A lot of people are afraid to do this because it's stepping outside of the belief systems that are very normal for them.
Mm.
And I know that you know that stepping ferociously into various aspects of your life that call to you really can be extremely exciting and adventuresome.
So, is this related to your first book, The Call?
Yeah, this is related to my first book, The Call. My second book, Divining Truth, that just came out, is a book that I'm using with my metaphysics course. But this new course for the Angelic Human is about the call, and it's the call. If you go on angelichuman.com and you look at the homepage, you'll see the call that I originally typed up and sent out, and then there's a call that I reinitiated a couple of years ago because I felt this feeling to do it again, and it's about the call you feel within you, like going back to the elephant. It's like the call to the elephant. It's the call to be what you are. And when you answer that call, you begin seeing it manifest in your life. So I would really like to invite everyone who is watching this little intro to join me, join Travis, join both of us, and live your angelic human life and see how glorious life can be.
Absolutely.